Hello BookTube, I have a manga haul for you today. Almost 2 weeks ago, I put in an order with Powell's, the great independent bookstore in Portland, Oregon, for 9 volumes of manga, and my order came in today. So let's get going. I'm going to start with the series that I'm currently reading today, Bleach by Tite Kubo. I ordered 3 more volumes of Bleach. I have an obsession with threes. I don't know why. But I'm collecting Bleach and many other series in volumes of 3. So I picked up volumes 16, 17, and 18. So Bleach is one of the most popular manga series in the world. It's about a young man named Ichigo Kurosaki who can see the spirits of the deceased and interact with them. One day he meets a young woman named Rukia Kuchiki, who is a soul reaper, a Shinigami, whose responsibility it is to escort the souls of the deceased into Soul Society and to cleanse monstrous ghosts called hollows. A hollow attacks Ichigo's home, and Rukia is grievously wounded. In order to defeat the hollow, she passes some of her powers over to Ichigo, turning him into a substitute Soul Reaper. However, the transformation is permanent, and Rukia seemingly loses her powers and becomes a mentor as Ichigo is forced to take on her responsibilities as a Soul Reaper, and his adventures begin from there. I'm currently slowly reading my way through the series, and I'm currently up, at least what I've collected, to volume 18. And I just finished volume 9 earlier today. The next batch of manga I picked up, I have in batches of 2 volumes each. So I picked up Delicious in Dungeon volumes 8 and 9 by Ryoko Kui. Now this is volume 8. This is volume 9. So Delicious in Dungeon is a series inspired by role-playing games. There is a massive, elaborate underground dungeon that generations of adventurers have been spending their lives exploring. One of these adventurers is Leos, a young warrior. He is joined by his sister Fallon, a Fallon's mate, she's a mage. Fallon's mage friend Marcial, and Chilchuk, a halfling lockpick and thief, and 2 others. They are attacked by a red dragon. Fallon is eaten, and the rest of the party are killed and resurrected outside of the dungeon. Lacking resources to continue on, 2 of the members of the party leave, leaving Leos, Marcial, and Chilchuk to return to the dungeon in an attempt to rescue Fallon. At the beginning of the dungeon, they encounter a dwarf named Shinshi, who has been living off of the dungeon. And this ignites an interest on Leos's part to himself live off the dungeon. Leos is very interested in monsters, especially in how they taste once they're cooked. So Shinshi joins the party, and they go on an adventure to try to rescue Fallon from the stomach of the red dragon. I've been really enjoying Delicious in Dungeon. I read volume 6 earlier this week and quite enjoyed it, and I now have more volumes, and to this point, I have about 5 more volumes to complete the series. Unfortunately, Delicious and Dungeon only lasted 14 volumes, or is 14 volumes long. I also picked up 2 volumes of Zom 100, Bucket List of the Dead, by Haro Aso and Kotaro Takata, volumes 6, with a centerfold of Beatrix, and volume 7 with Akira. So, Zom 100 is a series set in, you guessed it, a zombie apocalypse. Akira works for a very exploitative corporation until the zombie apocalypse happens. Akira takes this as an opportunity to not only quit his job, but also to create a bucket list of 100 things he wants to do before he turns into a zombie. He is joined by a college friend, Kensho, a young woman who he begins to develop a crush on, Shizuka, and a German tourist named Beatrix, who got caught trapped in Japan. And they go on myriad adventures trying to fulfill their various bucket lists. I've been really loving this series so far. I read 2 volumes this past week, and I'm looking forward to these 2 volumes as well. And finally, it has been quite a while since I hauled any volumes from this next series. Record of Ragnarok by Azychika, Shinya Umemura, and Takumi Fukui. I have volumes 6 and volume 7. So, Record of Ragnarok is an extended tournament storyline in which the gods have decided to wipe out humanity for humanity's various sins. And they are opposed by the Valkyrie, who invoke a bylaw in the deific constitution in order to give humanity a chance at a reprieve. And this reprieve is the Ragnarok tournament, in which representatives of humanity, here represented by Jack the Ripper, must face the representatives of the gods, here represented by Heracles. And so the mortals and the gods will fight it out. And the team that in death matches, with the loser being obliterated, the winning team will decide humanity's fate. Will the mortals win and humanity live for another 1,000 years, or will the gods win and the mortals, the humans, finally be wiped out because they're more trouble than they're worth? I love the artwork in this series. And to be perfectly honest, I'm actually rooting for the gods. Particularly given the fact that, I mean, one of humanity's representatives is Jack the Ripper. So I'm all in on the gods, even though they will almost certainly lose. But I've read the first 4 volumes, or first 5 volumes, a few months ago, and I quite like. I mean, I really like it. I love the artwork, and I'm not entirely sure if, like, everybody's supposed to root for the humans, or if there is some room for fans to be rooting for the gods, even though, again, the gods are almost certainly going to lose in the end. But anyway, quite happy to have them, and really looking forward to looking at this gorgeous art. The art of Record of Ragnarok is amazing. So, to recap and to do a Steve Pyramid, I have volumes 6 and 7 of Record of Ragnarok, volumes 6 and 7. Well, I'll have to do this backwards. 7, 6 of Zom 100, volumes 9 and 8 of Delicious in Dungeon, and volumes 16, 17, and 18 of Bleach. So in booktube, I have quite the manga haul. I will probably be putting in another order sometime soon. Although I might wait for my birthday and put in a really big one. Although I have also been putting in some orders with book people for pre-orders of the series that are currently out that I'm working my way through, which eventually, for sure, Zom 100 will be included in that list once I get caught up. And I'll probably add Record of Ragnarok as well. So I have one batch of pre-orders from book people coming in probably in about 2-3 weeks, because I'll probably get it at least by the end of October, the last week of October. And then I've already put in one for my birthday, because 3 volumes that I'm following release on my birthday. So put that one in, and then I'll get probably sometime next week a pre-order for the 2 other volumes that are coming out in November, and just do them separately. But anyway, quite happy to have these, and I will be putting them on the shelf. So I'm going to go ahead and do that while this uploads, and I will see you on Monday. So until then, BookTube, thank you, have a great afternoon, and stay safe.